Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood doc here to talk about comics, and we're going to start this bigger than life video by talking about the new issue of Batman Hush. This is Batman issue 158. It begins the Hush 2 storyline, and I also picked up this really cool ash can of 159, which has a 12-page unlettered story about Part 2. So this is the return to form for Jeph Loeb and Jim Lee, who told the original story of Hush in Batman 608 through 619 way back in 2002. Jim Lee has not lost very much of his artistic flair. He still just absolutely knocks it out of the park. You get to see all these different characters in their different settings. Batman getting attacked by piranhas, things like that. So the main thing that I wanted to talk about in this video is the story remains strong. We're coming off Chip Zdarsky's run, which ended at 157. People said that it started strong. I never read it, but after that first failsafe arc, then people said it just kind of dropped off. And so he held on to the title for right on about 2.5 years, I think. And then they decided they needed to do something to give Batman a shot in the arm. So these next 6 issues are going to be Hush 2. We pick up with somebody absolutely beating the crap out of the Joker. And whoever is doing this has Silence in their employ. And so the Joker tries to laugh it off, not knowing who Silence is, and Silence barely opens his mouth, but what comes out is so loud and so tinny that you can see on the panel. Let's see. Where'd it go? That the Joker's ears actually bleed. And he barely speaks, and it says, "On your knees." So it almost causes a cerebral hemorrhage level event in his brain to incapacitate him. Meanwhile, Talia al Ghul, I'm thinking about Rocky. Talia al Ghul ends up finding a half-dead Batman, and she saves him from dying from drowning. And she says, "You know, you are the father of my child. I do have a little bit of interest in what's going on with you and where you're at, and somebody's making sure that somebody's taking, care of my child." So then we get the reappearance of Hush, who in the first storyline was Dr. Thomas Elliot, who had been a childhood friend of Bruce's, but we don't know who this Hush is. We don't know if this is Thomas Elliot again or if it's somebody else. But it is somebody who apparently knows anatomy, which a doctor would be good at, because he's throwing these knives, these throwing blades into the Joker's chest at certain points, but not enough damage to kill him. So, who is Hush? What is going to happen between the Joker and Batman, Hush, Silence? Some of it's picked up on in this ash can, which came out, and it's just a chapter 2 preview. Like I said, it's unlettered, but it's got this awesome Jim Lee artwork with Scott Williams still doing inks. And you get to see Batman take the Joker to Leslie Tompkins, who is also a medical doctor. And you can see exactly how busted up the Joker is from his encounter with Hush. So, now, the whole reason for this bigger than life video, though, is about to be apparent. They did a giant-sized issue. And it's not giant-sized because it has more pages, but it's the full-colored issue 158, but just in a giant-sized format. This is larger than magazine size. This is larger than tabloids. This is art board sized. This is actually the size at which the art that was turned in by Jim Lee, this was the size that he drew it. So it's nice to see the level of detail that went into this character work with Jim Lee at this massive, massive size. And in case your shop didn't get one, this is the size difference between the actual issue and the giant size issue. And the ash can issue for 159. So when they say giant size, they're not playing. And each of these 6 issues is going to have a giant size counterpart. So I call it the CSS edition of the book. Can't see, beep. You know, it's for those of us, the guy that was at the comic shop was joking with me. He said, yeah, it's for those of us that wear glasses and we can't see anything. So it makes that Jim Lee art just pop, makes it even more vibrant. And I can't wait to get a table big enough to really sit down, pour over this issue, and see all the little details and cross-hatching that Jim Lee puts in his artwork. All right, guys, that's it for Bigger Than Life. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.